Hi, it's your girl Raven with PH Balance Podcast, and today's topic of conversation is relationships. Today, so many people are discussing the topic of having multiple women, especially it's mainly the men.
No, okay? I don't think that. I'm gonna have to stop the podcast. I don't think it's just men. I think men are the ones that are saying it and being more honest about it. But it all depends on what crowds that you're in. Because in the community that I deal with, women are very open and honest about them wanting multiple guys as well. I think this would be a good topic, a good engaging one to engage a crowd.
Okay, so before we continue on with the topic, please like, subscribe, and hit that button down below. Ladies, how y'all feeling today? How your PH? Welcome back to PH Balance Podcast. It's your girl Raven Sharice, and today I have Mr. Ty Witherspoon with us. Ty, say what's up to the people.
Hey, what's going on, people? This is Tylan Witherspoon. You can find me at that handle on YouTube as well, at Tylan Witherspoon. How's everybody doing? And I hope y'all be excited to hear what we got to say today on the podcast.
Yes, so I've known Ty for a long time. We're actually old people now.
We getting there.
Yeah, we went to high school together. Ty actually was good friends with my brothers. Ty actually was one of the cool kids in school. His parents had a little money, you know.
Yeah, that's what they thought, you know. Everybody say, oh, you got money, you got money. It was days I showed up to school with no lunch money and didn't have no help, so.
You know what? He is stuck on that, but maybe we'll tell y'all that story.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, that hurt me.
I know. Ty would have gave you some money.
Hey, I'm for real. That would have helped.
But people thought you had it.
They thought I was rich, so they was like, nah, man, if you show up to school with no lunch money, we just think you trying to scam us. They thinking Ty, he's just all about that money.
He has trauma from that.
Yeah, I've always been an entrepreneur, so I could see where it come from.
Yeah, so welcome to PH Balance Podcast. Ty is a gentleman. He came in with flowers for you, girl, today. And he also brought Sarah B. He said this is his favorite Moscato. So let's try it.
Yeah, we could try it.
If you don't mind opening.
Let me go ahead and crack that thing open. This Sarah B, I think it's nice and smooth. It's something that I can kind of chill out to, and it's not too harsh for me.
Ty, where you get this?
I got this from Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's?
Yeah, Trader Joe's. And because I saw you at Trader Joe's, and that's when you asked me to come on the podcast, I was like, all right, let me get something that kind of signifies, the moment, because I gotta say, she called me on the phone. I thought it was you coming out the store. I couldn't tell was it you. I was looking. I was like, oh, who that up there? I'm looking around. I'm like, who is that? She kind of cute. But then when you was driving past or whatnot, I was like, I feel like whoever this is waving at me. I was like, yeah, I just thought I had it going on that day. I ain't know what.
And then I called him because he wasn't waving back. I said, I know you saw me waving, Negro.
Yeah, I totally didn't know it was you until at the very end. I think I saw your rims on your car, or saw something else. It was a detail about your car that I was like, oh, that's Raven right there.
Yeah.
And then right after that, you called me, literally, as soon as you said, that's why I started laughing. As soon as you called me, I was thinking oh, that's Raven.
Yeah. So welcome to PH Balance Podcast.
Hey, appreciate you
and thank you for the flowers and the wine.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me.
I'm gonna have to try Sarah B.
Sarah B.
Sarah B is delicious. So y'all go check that out at Trader Joe's, okay?
Trader Joe's.
So I wanted to have Ty on PH Balance Podcast, okay? So I gotta give y'all a little backstory. So about 3-4 years ago, I ran into Ty. And Ty had a family, a beautiful family, and a new little baby. And I was like, oh, Ty, you're doing good. You got a nice family. I was proud of him, right?
Thank you.
Then I ran into him a couple years later. Like, Ty, how's everything going? How's the kids? Ty was like, it's over. Like it's not what it was anymore. And he said he believes in having multiple women.
Yeah. So, dang, I hate that I had to get brought in like that to the audience. Now the audience thinking like, oh, Ty the sleaze bag. She got a sleazy bag on the show right here. All right. Well, we good. I can handle this.
Okay.
I can handle this. Let me say this. I wasn't being the best of guy. You know, I wasn't being the best of a man. I wasn't being the best of a father or a stepfather. I wasn't doing a lot of those things that were perceived to be the best of those things. You know, now I did the best that I could.
Right.
I provided, I sheltered, I nurtured, and I was definitely 100% reliable. I was 100% reliable for some of the wrong things too, though. You know, so. That kind of led me astray in my relationship, and you know I could not keep my family going or intact up under false pretenses. So you know I think I actually done the noble thing and not have a family there that don't have a correct leader. You know, somebody who's being 100% honest with them and somebody who's really trying to lead with not just their words but their actions.
Okay. So, Ty, let me ask you a question. What led you to come to this realization that you can't, or you feel like you can't be monogamous?
You know, what they say, you know, trying to do something over and over again and getting the same result is the definition of insanity or crazy.
Right.
So, like, I really... this is gonna be a bombshell, but I have never been 100% faithful in a relationship, and I have always went in with great intentions. And I've always tried my best, but it just seemed like, you know, when the summertime comes, you know, you wanna be out there, you wanna be doing some stuff, or you know, you might. It's just bad reasoning, you know, no good reason for the things that I have done. Outside of, it's just the world we live in, you know?
So, I think that definitely comes with self-control.
Yes.
You know, because I feel like, okay, summertime come and you outside, why not take your girl with you?
I do. I take them there with me. But I like to say, babe, hey, would you like to go and get her and see if she want to come and have a drink with us? You know, like, would you want to? You know, I'm like that. You know, I'm gonna want to be saying like, hey, you know, can we have some fun with each other within our relationship?
Okay.
Can we have some fun?
So,
you know?
Are you like the kind of guy like, okay, you just want to have fun here and there with other women, or like I have to always have another woman as your side woman, you know what I'm saying? Or is it like, okay, we together and we just bring a woman in every once in a while?
Man, that's a loaded question. That's a loaded question right there. So I'm gonna try to break it down. That's a step-by-step question. So I'm gonna say, if I'm gonna be in a relationship, me personally, I like bisexual women because they're more open to being with other women, obviously. So that's generally the women I have dated and I have found my comfort zone with, because they're already interested and attracted to other women. So if I bring up the thought or the idea of introducing another woman to the relationship, that could be something they've been waiting for me to ask them. You know, it's something they've been at home watching on the computer or on their phone not telling me about. So I just feel more comfortable just being with somebody that I can be like that with. Now, that's the answer to your one question.
Okay.
The answer to your second question, does it have to be all the time? Mm-hmm. I have came to the understanding that I have a problem.
Oh my God.
Hey, I come to the understanding I have a problem, you know. So the first step to recovery is Admitting.
To recovery.
The first step to recovery is admitting when you have a problem. I admit that I have a problem, and I have been the problem, and I am a problem. So all of those 3 problems, so it's hard to find a solution when you got multiple problems stacked on top of each other.
Okay.
So yeah.
So most of your women that you have been in a relationship with in your adulthood have been bisexual women.
The vast majority, correct.
And okay, so if this worked, then why isn't it lasting?
Oh man, because I had this one chick that we were, man, I thought I had found like the shining star. I found a diamond in the rough. She was bisexual. She was beautiful. Oh my God, she was beautiful, and she was freaky and wanted to do all of the things, but she didn't work. She didn't work. She ain't contribute nothing to the bills. She didn't have a skill that she could damn earn a 5 cent with. Like, she had no skills. And then after I started being with her, I was with her for like almost 3 years. And then I started noticing, I'm like, dang, she don't have no skills. She don't have nothing that she can make money with or do anything with. So I felt very fulfilled in my sexual life with her. Very fulfilled. We could do all and everything. But every day she was just sitting at home, playing with herself all day. And as soon as I walked through the door, working hard as hell, stressed out, done whatever, she's like, can you come give me some head? Or can you come do something? I'm just like, wow, damn, like I'm making all the money. I'm doing all of the things. I feel like you should be coming and asking me what I need.
What was the house clean?
No.
Oh.
Wasn't no cooking going on.
Oh, well, sister, I was about to have your back, but I can't have you back with that. If the house is clean, he got his stomach full, and he coming home to get some sex, he's stress free. I think he wouldn't have been complaining.
I wasn't complaining because all of those other things were good, and I had the rest. It's like, okay, I'm taking you out to eat all the time. We eating out every day. I lived in a small place. It was a 1-bedroom apartment, so it wasn't much to clean.
Okay, Ty. So the one girl that was the freak that was turning you out.
Yeah.
She still wasn't enough for you because she didn't have any work ethic.
Yeah, no work ethic. She didn't really have too many goals, and she definitely didn't want to go 50% or be a counterpart to me.
Okay, so when you say 50%, what does that mean?
Like, she didn't want to put in the effort to maintain the house or help us build anything, for the future.
Okay.
I felt like that relationship was more so just about right now. What can we do and what can we provide for each other right now? Not nothing that we can build for latter stages of our life.
Right. Okay, I get that. So, has it been any other situations with women that you come across that were open to that were bisexual and did have work ethic, why aren't these relationships? Because I'm just trying to figure out, like, if you have these women, if it worked, poly, because this is kind of like poly.
Kind of, I guess you could say.
If it worked, then why isn't it lasting? Because it seems like you're always looking for more from another woman.
I think that is the problem, like what I was getting to. My problem I have is I do like to have different partners and have different experiences with those different partners. Every person is a new flavor. Every person has something unique about them, right? Every personality is different. And I think for a long time, that's kind of what it has been. Not necessarily to say that the women that I have dealt with or were dealing with at the time didn't provide that package or provide what I wanted. I would say the one caveat to it is that woman being okay and cool with this next person you try to bring along, and them showing maybe they aren't so cool or okay with the style of relationship that you told them that you would like to have. Because a lot of women say that they're okay with it or could be okay with it, but ultimately a lot of them aren't also. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, this is a lot.
It's a lot. And it's no right answer and there's no wrong answer. It's just a discussion.
So you feel that you always have an appetite for another woman. Have you ever been in love?
Yeah, I feel like I've been in love before. I feel like that was a long time ago that I was like actually in love. And I think that possibly because I have been hurt, as every person has, that I've been guarded from trying to establish a real in love type of feeling with a person. You know, I'm more so in love with my business and trying to grow and trying to make sure that I can provide because I'm an entrepreneur. So I don't feel like any love personally, and this is probably the wrong way to think, I don't feel like any love can grow when one person is stressed out financially. I don't think it can grow when a person is anxious and has anxiety about where their next dollar is going to come from. So that's a lot of my struggles that I think about all the time, and it kind of hinders me from really wanting to be there with a woman.
So one thing that you said off camera that me and him talked about was the fact that you're open with not only you being, because a lot of men, they want to be the only ones that get to go out and deal with other women. Uh-huh. But you said that you would be open with your woman actually having other partners.
I would be. Now, it's all levels to everything. So for me, like I said before, I like dating bisexual women in hopes that if she's gonna have another partner, it's gonna be a woman. Because I can never do what a woman does. I don't have a place. I don't have a vagina. So if a woman is looking for a person with a vagina, I can never be that. Now, I have a penis. I can do all the penis tricks. I can do all of the tricks from a person with a penis. I can do all of those man things. But if you want somebody that's feminine, I'm not that. So I seek out and want women that like that. I don't really seek out women that are looking for other men. Personally, that's me. I do know men, I'm friends with men that do allow their women to sleep with other men and don't have no problem with it. And they have real happy relationships. There's no problem, you know.
Wow, you do?
Yes, I do. It's like that.
The world is becoming very interesting. I saw the other day, I was watching Ashley Dalton. She's I don't know. Do you follow her?
I don't follow her. You gotta kind of refresh me.
So she's a YouTuber and she's on Instagram as well. But she's very popular. She teaches women how to be more feminine, how to upgrade themselves. To dress how men try to upgrade themselves, right?
Yeah.
So it was one lady that came on there and she said that she was open with dating men who were possibly bisexual and stuff like that. To each his own.
To each his own.
But I was just like, wow, people are really being more open to that type of stuff today. And but you're really not open to your woman having sex with a man. You're only open to them having a woman as a partner.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that I was unequivocally against my woman having sex with another man. If I felt like this was the woman for me, and she really loved me, and she respects me, and I can tell and feel that she has that love and respect for me, and that's something she wanted to feel whole, to be with another guy, I would be okay with it. Now, I would. Now, would I want it to be something that happened all the time? No. I wanted to be in a controlled environment, if possible. But I think that everybody needs their own happiness, right? So I feel like we can have the most perfect relationship as a partnership together, and that partnership may include some sexual stuff. That may include other people. But that don't mean we can't still have a partnership and a bond and a foundation on what our relationship is, the things that we do that's intricate to us. You know, I think that we can still have that, still having physical relationships with other people. I do.
So, do you believe in marriage? Do you feel like you will find a mate to marry?
One day, I feel like I could potentially find somebody to marry. I am scared and super apprehensive about getting married because up to this point, I have been the person in the relationship who has been more stable financially. And I'm the person who has more assets and more things to lose. So my drawback from not wanting to be married is literally like putting my name on a paper with a person who now done kind of inherited half of all of my things that I acquired before I met you, that I acquired before I even knew who you were. So I would have to have a person that's okay with having a prenup, because I've acquired a lot of assets. I got a lot of different things going for myself. I got a lot of different things coming to me from my family that I would never want to see split up off of me having a relationship that didn't work with a person. I wouldn't want that.
I think that's so tough.
Yeah, it is.
That's so tough. You know what? Dating now in my 30s, you know, after being with someone for so long, I feel like it's so hard to actually find someone that just loves you for you. I think that it's beautiful to find someone younger.
Yeah.
Before you have gained anything, before you have become successful in any way. Two people that don't have anything, just genuinely just love each other because they just love each other. But now at this age, you got to worry about, do they want me for money? Do they want me for what they can gain from me? You know,
exactly. And I'm to protect. You know, I'm a protector and I'm a provider. I have 3 kids. I'm a single father, and so what the things that I have, I want to leave them to my kids. You know, I want my kids to have the benefit of them. I don't want to get married and have a relationship to where now this spouse gets my earnings or gets my belongings. You know, there's a portion of what I have or what I have amassed that if I'm with a person that I get married to them and they take care of me and we're in a loving relationship, I do think that they should receive a share of that. Definitely the net worth that I acquired during the time that we are together. But outside of that, I wouldn't want to see me go get married to somebody, then my spouse is my beneficiary of everything, and then now my kids get left out of the stuff that I had to leave. You know, I've seen that happen. So I would be like torn, you know, in my grave, torn if that was something that could happen.
Well, see, that's the point where you know, I'm a little biblical, okay? God made it for a husband and wife and then their children. But when you create these broken homes, that's when you have to worry about it. Because if it was just you and your wife, you won't have to worry about, oh, will my wife leave my children something, or will they, you know what I'm saying? Because now you're like, okay, well, because you already know your wife's gonna leave y'all's kids something because it's y'all's kids. But then now you have to worry, not only because truth be told, it's husband and wife against everybody, right?
That's right.
So hopefully you will find a mate that loves you and would automatically want to do for you and your kids because of the love that she has for you. Yeah. But because I mean, of course, you definitely want to set something aside for your children that you had, but you know, definitely take care of your wife.
Who gonna be around longer? You know, your family, your kids gonna always be your kids, you know.
But when you get married, you're supposed to have the thought process of, you know.
How many marriages we done seen end in a year? How many marriages we done seen end in 2 years? You know, how many? It's countless marriages that don't work. And so your kids gonna still be your kids throughout all of those marriages. If daddy decided to go get married 2 and 3 times, they supposed to, you know, what happens to the first wife? What happens to the second wife? So it only works like that if you make it work the first time. After the first time, you just got to go with what reality is. And reality is that it is a broken home, a broken setting. And now you have to prepare yourself to be able to take care of yourself and take care of your kids.
But Ty, why do you keep and this is not just Ty, I'm talking about in general. Yeah. But Ty's here, so I had to ask him, because you've told me like during this setting that you haven't really been in love with anyone or found that person that you felt like you could be 100% faithful to. You said you cheated pretty much every relationship you've ever been in. Yeah. And you knew so let me ask you this. Did you know when you got with these women who you created these children with, did you know like I'm not gonna be with her forever?
No, I didn't. It wasn't like that. You know, every time it was like, man, this may work, you know? This may work. This may work. This may work. And then, you know, my mom said this to me one time, and then that shit stuck with me like glue. And she said, the lie, it's easy to tell a lie to people. The hardest lie to tell is the one that you tell to yourself. Mm-hmm. And so what made me think about that is, if, you know, I already didn't think in my mind that I could just be a one person man, I should have, you know, let them know that and let them to be the decider on if that was something they are cool with. Right. And now this day I do that, and I do that every time, 100% of the time. And so now if I was to find a person now that I felt like could be my wife, I think I could have that success and we could go together and be, you know, happily ever after. But before, when I wasn't moving like that, no, I don't think that it was going to last forever, because I always felt like that day would come when shit just going to crash. And you know it's going to crash at some point in time. You just hope that you got a little, you know, you get to have a good time.
Would you be okay, because you have a baby girl. Yeah. Would you be okay with your baby girl meeting a guy and him saying, hey, I want to have open relationships?
Yes, I would. I would, because if he was man enough to tell her that, and he was man enough to keep it honest with her, I think that shows good character.
But would that be an ideal situation for your daughter, for you?
I don't think that it would be an ideal situation, but I don't think it would be the worst situation either. Now, that's not something that I would promote. I would promote her to have her family and to, you know, develop her family the way she wants her family to be. But she could, how do I know it ain't gonna be her that wants the 2 guys or something like that? How am I know that she may not be that way? How do I can't tell her that she can't be gay or a lesbian? You know, that's no different than if my son came in and said that he was, hey dad, I'm gay. I'm not gonna love my son any less. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna love you for whatever makes you happy. So if the guy made you happy and y'all with all these other people, if y'all is cool and comfortable with that, I'm in no position to be stepping in and telling how I think stuff should go.
Do you think that men can be with just one woman? You're a man, and you.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Do you know men that actually are faithful?
Man, all my friends is faithful. All my friends that's in relationships is faithful. All of them.
He's so full of shit. Seriously.
Oh my dog. Everybody I know, this my guys.
You so full of it.
Hey.
He lying.
Hey, what you mean? I can't. I want a podcast talk about myself. I ain't talking about.
No, I didn't say. We not talking about your friends. We're talking about men in general. Do you think men can be faithful?
Most niggas ain't shit. Most of them just cannot be, and I know that about most of them. You know, I just happen to say I got some good ones around me that they show me the right way to do things.
Oh, so your friends are the good ones.
Yeah, my friends is the good ones. I'm the bad one out of the crew.
But everybody else faithful.
Everybody else is good.
They don't be doing nothing.
Nothing, man. You can't. That's why I gotta come over here and talk to you. Cause I don't even feel like I can talk about this bad type of shit with my friends. I feel like I get disowned. This is real. I feel like I get disowned from the crew. They won't be inviting me to none of these things when they women gonna be there because they think Ty gonna mess it up. Him being invited gonna mess it up. Yeah.
Because they just such good guys.
They so good. Birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. So why would y'all be with this guy?
Whoa. Okay, so Ty, how has it been for you when you go up to these women and you like, hey, I'm a man that like other women. How do these conversations go? How do you tell these women this?
Hey, to be honest, man, it's the most perfect thing that you could ever think about. Because it's like for the most part they think you lying. They think you telling them a lie. But then when you show them like, no, this is really it, then they're like, well, damn, he did tell me the truth. But they really all think like, this is such a nice guy. He's so well together. He's very analytical. Got a lot of things going for himself. He can't be as bad as what he's making it seem. You know, that's always what they're thinking. He can't be this bad. But really, that is what it is. The perfect way to hide is in plain sight. Just tell the person what it is. They ain't gonna believe you. They gonna think you're joking.
Let me tell you. So when we were on the phone talking about this, he was like, so what you think about it? I said, not for me.
Yeah, you did.
He said, what you think about this? What's your opinion? I said, I'm selfish. I'm the type of woman, I want my man to myself.
A lot of women feel that way.
I don't want to share him, and I don't feel like he should have to share me. He won't have to share me.
Good.
And I don't want to have to share him.
See, now, if you were bisexual, that would work for us.
If I was bisexual,
that would work for us. But that was just a joke off of what off of what we was going off of before. But
I don't think you found the one for you. Honestly, I feel like when you find that woman that's genuinely for you, I don't think you would even have the desire. I mean, have you ever felt like that? Like, I don't know, for me, like when I'm really into somebody and I'm really in love with someone, I can't even think about being with somebody else. I don't even want somebody else to touch me. I don't want anyone, like, I just want to be engulfed in that person.
I told you, I had a moment where I flipped a switch in my brain, and I don't think it's flipped back since. I was walking into my house one day, putting the key inside the door handle, and I asked myself, "Hey, you gonna be you looking for love, or you looking for like to be in a relationship, or do you want to like take over the game? Do you want to take over your business? Do you want to Like, what do you want to be? And right then when I walked through the door, I was like, I'm pledging to the game. I'm married to the game. I'm married to, making myself thrive, and that's really how my mind has been set and wired ever since that day. And that was tens of years ago.
So you don't have a desire to find that person for you, and
I feel like they have been around. They might be around today. They might be a person that I can connect with all the time. They might be a person that I already have in my presence. I felt like that. I felt like I have great women around me, but I feel like it's not the people that you are around. It is you. It is yourself. And I think that with myself, if I was more ready and open and wanted to do that for myself, then I could have that with probably a couple women throughout my life. I feel like I could have had that. But I just haven't felt set in stone yet. I got a lot of building to do.
Yeah. So pretty much you're married to the game.
I am. I'm not married to the game of like playing women or doing anything like that, but I'm married to trying to figure out how I can be financially stable and keep on providing for myself and my family, because I'm all I got. I don't have nobody else helping me pay none of my bills. I don't have nobody else helping me create no contracts. I don't have no job that I do outside of creating content. This is literally what I do. So every day I'm like, this may be the last day that I can live like this. This may be the last day before I got to go get a real job. I haven't worked for anybody in about 15 years.
Ty, with you being this sexual person, what's the freakiest thing that you've done with multiple women?
Oh man, dang.
And I ask this because what's the freakiest thing you've done with with your multiple women? Because you say you've done what's the freakiest thing you ever done? Let's start there first.
I think the freakiest thing that I could say is just like, being at sex events, going to parties or going to, the conventions and stuff like that. I think
swingers?
Yeah, I think like being there and being in some of those things, that's probably like some of the freakiest things that I feel like I've done, because you have to admit that you're a freak and seek it out and actually go and do it to even be around that,
So what's a freak? What's your definition of freak?
Somebody who, a freak can be anything. Freak is not just one thing. I'll just say the time you put into looking for it, I think that make you the freakiest person. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think my definition of a freak has to be like a person that puts a lot of time into doing sexual activities or seeking out sexual activities or doing sexual things with themselves. I think those people are the people that I consider freaks.
I'm hearing you talk a lot about like your sexual desires, but life is about a lot more than that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Finding someone, because what I'm hearing you say is that the reason why you can't be monogamous with one woman is because you desire to have, sex or that excitement of feeling what someone else feels like sexually.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
No, it's not just the sex. It's about the whole experience. Going to being in a new place, being in a new environment, getting to meet new people. I've met business partners I met off of women that I may have talked to. I get to go see. I've seen different cities or different states off of people who lived in different regions. So that's part of it.
But you can always meet new people and develop relationships, but they don't have to be sexual or emotional type relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The beauty of finding one person to share your life with and share all of those emotional, sexual experiences with because
I feel like had I had like a sock knocker offer right now, or even with my last relationship, had it been more physicality in the relationship, I think that we might would have lasted longer. I think that I might not have been as much as a, non-monogamous person as I have been. And I think that, your body and who you are tells you the most. Person was always on time. My last person was always on time. My last person, we never really had any arguments. We never really had any disagreements. Food was cooked and stuff done like that, but the physical part of our relationship just wasn't there. We hardly ever did any playing in the bedroom when the kids was gone. We never did anything. We didn't hang out with each other. So, I feel like that is a part of your relationships that brings you closer.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
So pretty much what you're backtracking and saying, and you can be monogamous. You just feel like you need someone that matches you sexually.
No, I don't want to be monogamous. No? No, if I had a person that was my person, I would still ask and request if we can do stuff with other people. So now, if you call that monogamous, that what we call that in the lifestyle is non-ethical monogamy. So ethical means like the traditional sense of what people see as being monogamous, but non-ethical mean you may be in an open relationship. You still with this one person. This is your main person, but we do stuff physically with other people outside of our relationship. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you and your last person, y'all had other partners that you would bring in?
Yeah.
Or were you just the one going out doing stuff?
With my most previous partner, it was more so of like, I'm okay with it, but I don't want it to be my friends. I don't want it to be, it was more so like, do it with respect. Don't bring it back to the house, basically. And then with the person before that, it was like, okay, could actually bring some people around her and we do some things together. So I've had it different ways. Yeah.
This is interesting.
It's very interesting, man. It's interesting the way every woman is different. It's gonna be women that watch this and say, oh, he's a horrible dude. And then it's going to be other women that watch this that jump directly in my DM and jump directly in my inbox because I'm what they're looking for. And so that's just how it goes. I'm telling you.
And that is just how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I respect you and I love your honesty.
Yeah,
I love his honesty and transparency with what you want, because there's a lot of men out here that they fake the funk. They get the women, they act like they're all about them, and then they're having a secret life. I would prefer somebody be like you, open and honest with me. Let me know what I'm getting up front,
Yeah.
And
because I'm going to tell you, I'll be like, okay, you're attractive. And I'm not just saying this for the camera, but I think you're attractive. And I think that, maybe we could have a chemistry. But I wouldn't try to go nowhere or do anything further with you with knowing how you feel. Like you don't like that. You don't want to be with guys around that. I already know I am who I am. So it don't matter how beautiful you are. It don't matter how many good things you got going for yourself. It don't matter how much I may be attracted to you. You're not for me. And I've already done told myself that you're not for me. I would have to find the package like you in somebody else that likes the stuff that I like, you know, and I'm okay with that. I can walk away from the table saying she was a perfect person.
Because you know what? I would want my man to be crazy about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want him to be I bring my friends around and he like, shit.
Nah,
I might want to hit that.
Nah, every guy is going to be attracted to women.
I mean, I know that.
And every guy going to be attracted to women that have, or every woman that you meet is going to have pretty friends. It's going to have pretty friends. And so just because they got a pretty friend don't mean that you sitting here thinking like, oh man, I wish I would have picked them, It may be something that's special about your person that's why you with that person.
Right.
Yeah, so.
But I don't feel like you ever would be content with just one person. You've said that.
It just goes off of what you think is the one person. Maybe I could have one person that I'm main with, and then the other person that we just do.
Just the thought of my man going down on another woman.
Well, what if that's something I'll do? What if that's something I'll do? What if I say, all right, I got a blowjob person that does blowjobs. I got a person that just bends it over, you know, and then I got another person that I'll just watch movies with. Now,
But you can do all of that with me.
Not if you're not available all the time.
Oh, I'll be available.
You gonna be available.
I'll be available.
Hey, in other circumstances,
I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna clean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work. I mean, don't get it twisted. I don't want to work hard. I'm feeling my feminine energy, but I have a lot to. I feel for myself that I'm a total package. You know.
But that's good. You're supposed to feel that way about yourself.
I don't feel like. For me, I just don't feel like a man should even want to have anyone else.
See,
honestly, Ty, I don't think you found the one for you yet.
That might be the case. Obviously, I'm not with her. You know, I'm not with that person. I'm a single dad of 3, struggling at the house all day, cooking, doing diapers, and damn reading books and stuff like that. I can't personally think about that on a day-to-day basis. I gotta think about what's gonna get me to the end of the week, and the little bit of free time that I have away from the kids. What am I gonna do with it? I don't sit here.
Go to those sex parties. Look, I'm just kidding.
Hey, not all the time, you know. Not all the time. They are there though.
Can you afford to have all these women?
Presently, yeah. But maybe in the future, probably not.
Right. This is an expensive game you want to play.
No, not necessarily. You don't know what type of woman I'm talking about then if you think it's expensive. Because
I mean, going on multiple dates and...
You don't have to go date with these women. If it's a freaky person, she just wants you for the freaky stuff that you do. And you may have to look out for her every once in a while, you know, just to be like, hey, go a little pat on the back, you know, for you being good.
Hold on, the freaky stuff that you do.
Yeah.
So what type of freaky stuff do you do? I mean, because if you're not, I mean, when I think of like super freaky stuff, I'm thinking we doing everything. So if your woman say, no, you can't, I don't want you putting your mouth on nobody.
Well, that everybody got their own kink and what they into. So just like my example, if you got this person that's just into doing blowjobs, she may not want you to have sex with her. She may not want you to take on no dates. She may not want you to do any of that stuff. She just okay with you pulling up to get the blowjob. Like literally, that could be as simple as what y'all relationship is.
So you got women that just want to suck you off. They don't want nothing from you. They just want to put their mouth on you.
Yes. And if you one of those women,
hit him in his DMs.
I ain't say that. You trying to finish the sentence, but tell your friends. Be honest with your friends. Be honest with the people that you know. The other girls that's sitting beside you. If that's you, tell them the truth. But so you're not sitting around thinking that there's no women like this, because it is. It's women that's like this. I know them. I'm not gonna say nothing about nobody, but I know them. They're there.
They just want to suck you off.
They want to suck it.
Okay, so what else? So women, they want to do that. What other kind of women have you kind of with? They just want you to whip them or something.
Women that just want to be whipped. I got women that just want to be choked. You know, women that I've had women text me and say, I'm going to give you the key to or information to how to get in my house. I just want you to come in and take it from me. They know you're coming at some point in time. They don't know when you're going to come, but that's their fetish. That's what they want. They want you to come and take it. And
rape them.
Basically, they want you to do something, you know. And I just like to be, I'm a pleaser. I'm a pleaser at the end of the day. Like, we've been sitting here this whole time, and you haven't said anything about my hat. My hat, wetty cooters. You know what?
I've read it a few times. The wetter, the better.
The wetter, the better. You know, extreme moisture service. So we do all things to be able to get the moisture there. We do.
That is really cute. Where did you get that from?
Man, it's just something that I came up with along the way.
Oh, so that's your hat brand?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
You like
that? Give me one.
That's so funny. But yeah, we can make that happen.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about your brand.
I mean, I'm a jokester at the end of the day. So and I like to kind of put what I do out there in a friendly way that people can kind of accept. So I knew he was going to be talking about this kind of stuff and how it kind of could get to that. And this is just one of the ways that I play off of being who I am. You know, my hat says Weddy Cooters. You know, I'm a non-monogamous person. You know, so. You know, put the two and two together. That's what I do. I got a moisture service. I got a couple of technicians. You know, we just go out there and make sure.
With you being a freak, how many STDs have you had?
Man, I've had 2 STDs up to this point. You know, throughout my whole life, 36 years, I feel like that's good. You know, you're not gonna meet nobody who done this and ain't never had an STD before. It's scary.
You got rid of it though, right?
Yes, it's stuff. This cured stuff is all gone. I'm good. Everything is fine.
See, but that's something you got to worry about.
That's something you got to worry about in any relationship. Even if you just met a person, you know, a person could have been born with it. Or a person could have a STD that's dormant that they don't know about that could be in your relationship. So, in all relationships, you have to do contraceptives.
I feel like a lot of men aren't really scared of STDs. Or people, period, aren't scared of STDs these days. Would you date someone who had something and they told you?
No, not if it was not curable. Not if it was nothing that I couldn't, nothing that I couldn't live my same quality of life with. No, I wouldn't. Because you got to look out for your own health. But
Sure.
Would I, if a person told me they've had an STD before, 90% of the world has had an STD before.
I mean,
well, you're in the 10% that hasn't, you know. But like I say, if a person is doing more sexual stuff, they're gonna run into it sooner.
I mean, and I know that, you know, to each his own, you know. But I will say, having sex, be responsible, use protection. Even protection sometimes doesn't protect you, but it lessens the likelihood of or likeliness of you getting something.
You definitely got to protect yourself. You definitely got to be protecting yourself. I tell all my friends, you know, even the young guys, I hope y'all putting on them condoms. I hope y'all using these condoms. I hope y'all using these condoms.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Here's something, Mr. Ty Witherspoon.
Hey, you know,
I appreciate you for being yourself, though. Like, you know, I and you are a handsome man,
thank you.
And you're successful. Unfortunately, you know, he likes to have multiple women, and you know. But it's women out here that would love to have some time.
It is. It's women. You know, I'm extremely blessed in the right areas. You know, girth wasn't one of the problems. Girth wasn't one of the problems that I have in my lifestyle. I think that that's probably the problem. You know, that when size
TMI. TMI, Ty.
Hey, you try to take it there for your podcast. Oh shit, I don't know. You know, they might be like, "How's he doing all of this?"
Well, go ahead and tell the people.
Tell them what? What I'm supposed to tell them?
You know what? You gonna use that thing too much, it's gonna stop working.
I don't think that that's the truth. You know, I think when it decides to stop working, it's because it's not functional or you're not healthy anymore. I don't think it's because you used it too much. I think you can not use it enough, and then it don't work or perform.
Oh God, you are something. So go ahead and tell the women where they can find you.
You can find me on my YouTube. That's pretty much where I put all my content out on YouTube at Tylan Witherspoon. It's just my name, Tylan Witherspoon. You can discover the rest right there on my YouTube channel.
Well, what's your you have Instagram?
I do got an Instagram. My Instagram is The Nice Guy Las Vegas. You'll be able to find me at that handle. And then I don't really do too much TikTok or anything like that, but Instagram and YouTube is generally my 2 biggest platforms where I post my content.
I'll make sure I tag him below.
Yeah, you gotta tag me. You gotta let me know how this go and how your community, you know, thinks about this topic. You know, do they want to engage more? They want to ask me any questions and things like that. Yeah.
Ty, you gonna take me to one of them swingers? I don't want to participate. I just want to go see.
No, see, that's what I don't like to do. I don't like to bring people to the community that's not thinking positively about the community.
I'm not thinking positive.
It's all in the questions that people ask, and it's your reaction to what I say. And so if I told you that me and a person are together and we share ourselves, you say that's cheating or not being monogamous or not being together. But in the lifestyle, that is if that being works, together.
No, if we were together and I agreed to what you're saying, that means you're not cheating on me.
Exactly.
Because I agreed to it.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't like when people bring that energy into it, because now you're all of a sudden telling a whole community of people who live just fine like this without you or without your thought process that their way of life is wrong.
So you're not gonna take me because of that? I didn't say I would. I just want to go see what it's like.
Well, I mean, if you want to go, I may or may not give you the opportunity to pull up. I gotta vet you out a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm not participating. No, I just want to.
You don't gotta participate, and that's what a lot of people don't participate. A lot of people just come for the spectacle.
Yeah, I want to see.
Yeah.
Me and my best friend take both of us.
I don't know now.
She might want to see. She might want to participate.
She might want to participate.
Yeah, she a little freaky.
Okay.
Is there a limit to how many people you will have sex with?
At once or in my life?
In your life?
No.
No?
Why would there be a limit? Because I mean, if you've really done it a lot, you don't even remember how many it's been. You could probably remember the people or remember the names, but I don't think you could do a count.
So you can't count how many people you've had sex with?
No, not even a chance.
Okay, so can you guesstimate how many people?
This a lot. I guess that it's a lot. I guess that it's a hell of a lot. Yeah, no, it's not even close. Not even close to even having a starting point for a no. Mm-mm.
I think I need to pray this sex demon off of you.
No, why?
Because it's a sex demon.
I'm a demon.
No. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. But anyways, women, if you are interested or if you're open to multiple partners, or if this is something that you're interested in, kudos to you. And I appreciate Ty, like I've said multiple times now, that he is open and honest and being exactly who he is. And this is what we want to see more of. Yeah. People being exactly who they are. People telling the truth about what they want, because, if it's what you want, it's what you want, right? Instead of people out here faking and breaking hearts. Are you a heartbreaker?
No, I'm not a heartbreaker. I broke my last heart, I think, when I was maybe like 22 or 23. And that's what I was gonna say before. That made me stop cold turkey, breaking hearts. And I can't say I completely stopped cold turkey, but that's what really made me want to consider a change in my lifestyle and how I went about doing things and being more respectful to other people. Because when you break other people's heart, you might break yours in return too, right, at the same time, because that could have been a really good person, and it could have been a really good person for you. And so that's one of the things that you got to, there's no way to really manage that outside of just trying to be as respectful as possible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, Todd, thank you so much for coming on pH Balance Podcast. It has been a pleasure.
Man, it's been good.
To hear your perspective on things.
I hope it wasn't too much. I hope that I said enough, but not too much. And I also hope that people get to have a array of thoughts and discussions behind the things that I'm saying, because I'm also saying nobody is right, nobody is wrong, no way of life is the right way to do anything. So everybody just be yourself, and I just want to be myself, and I hope the people that look at this can appreciate that I'm just being myself too, without bashing me and telling me how bad I am and this and that and you shouldn't be like this. I can only be myself and who I want to be and be as respectful as possible in the process. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching pH Balance Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that button down below, and share with a friend who may have similar thoughts and opinions to Mr. Tylan Witherspoon. And we're out.
All right. See y'all later. Thank you for having me.